In this video, I am going to talk to you about the next chapter in our daily algebra class, which is chapter 4. So we're going to need our new notebook. And I'm going to first do a video on the vocabulary on the first page. So chapter 4 is all about your functions. And so we're going to be learning about different kinds of functions, what they look like, what classifies a relationship as a function. And so I'll go through the vocabulary first. So the first word that we have here is a continuous graph. And what that would mean is that your graph is unbroken. And that an easy way for me to remember this is that you can draw it without lifting your pencil. So it means there's no breaks in between your graph. Another vocabulary word is dependent variable, and the dependent variable would be a variable that changes in response to the other one. Normally we call this our output, which in a function this would represent the letter y. Now I'm actually going to go down and skip down here to independent variable, because the independent variable is the x variable, which is your input of the function. So this is the function x that we usually use. So when we think of a function, this is the x in that function, the variable. And this is a variable that does not change in response to the other variable. And the y is dependent upon what we put in for x, because then when we put the value in for x, we solve for y. The next vocab word is kind of tailored to continuous, and the word is here discrete. And this would be opposite of continuous. A discrete graph would be a graph that is broken. The easiest way to represent this is you, like I said, you can draw it without lifting your pencil. Here, you have to lift your pencil to draw it. So there's going to be breaks in the graph, or spaces where the graph doesn't connect together. Now the next vocab word here is called domain, and domain would be all of your values that are the input of your relation or function. So the domain goes hand in hand with your independent variable, except for the domain is just the values. And so normally what you're going to do is write the set of all the x values. And then likewise with domain and independent is your dependent variable and then range. So I'm going to jump down here and talk about range. So if the dependent variable is the y variable, the range would be the set of all the numerical y values that your function can represent. So it's all of your output variables, and again it says y values there. Now I have a function next, so this word function. This word function goes hand in hand with, sorry I'm going out of order, but function and relation go together. A relationship is just the set of points that work together to talk about whatever relationship you're describing. But a function is a type of relationship. So it is a relation, oops, I spelled that wrong. Let me fix this. Relation where no x values repeat. And then I have a couple more vocab words left. And I have linear function, and that would be a type of function where the graph is a straight line. So it can go in any direction, but as long as you can put a ruler to it, because it goes in a straight direction, so it would be, in any direction straight. And then the last thing here is nonlinear function would be any other function that is not a straight line. So this is the vocab here for chapter 4, and it's really going to help you out if you know your vocab, because then you'll know what I'm talking about during class. Cool.